But when I became a man, aren't very many of them actually here. There's guys who, if they were tested and examined, would come up as male. Maybe. I'm not joking. We have a real problem. You want to talk about gender confusion? We actually have real gender confusion. We got men, they know they're men, but they're not men. We got women, they know they're women, but they're not women. Forget about this whole binary this and that. No, I'm just talking about just from what we all grew up with. We have a lot of males that don't know what it means to be a man. A lot of females that don't know what it is to be a woman. And I'm not even talking about a whole, alphabet soup out there that people want to use. I'm just talking about from the basic stuff that you and I understand. And then you bring that into a marriage. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work well at all. It's a complete mess. I've got guys that get mad at me when I talk to them, and I talk fairly strong, and they don't know what to do with it, and I say, because you've not heard from or interacted with a man before. And I have people who say, oh, I don't like the way Rabbi talks. Well, because you've not heard a man before. Because in your mind, that kind of strength doesn't either happen generally, or when it does, it's usually followed by a punch or something, right? You're not used to just hearing controlled strength. Confidence, competence, strength. And so you don't like it. But you need it. And so people leave here because they don't want to deal with that. The men leave here because the men are worse than the women because they don't want to deal with a real man either. Because the real man's going to call them out on them not being one. And I've had a few men in the crying corner, as we call it. And I've had to offer them my left foot or my right foot. Which one do you want? Whichever one's going to straighten you up on your hind legs with your back straight and act like a man. That's why the world is falling apart. I'll blame it on the men, okay? The men are just not doing their thing. They don't understand how to do their thing. All they want to hear is the churches teach them about the women need to submit. Submit to what? They need to submit to a man. Not a brute, not a wet noodle, not wallpaper, not a rage monster, but a man. Okay? See, some of you guys are not happy about your women acting like men. Well, because you're not doing it, they're doing it. Trust me, if you were doing it, they couldn't do it. Because it would get stopped very quickly. Okay? It would. We've had a few Jezebel-like dominant women come in the congregation over the years, and then they come to think that they're going to come and try to do on me what they do with their husbands, and I just look at them and it doesn't work. I don't get mad or anything. It's like, no, we're not doing that, and no, we're just not doing that. And they just leave. Because they didn't get to do what they do at home, which is to have their voice listened to and obeyed. And then they try that with the leadership here. I don't get upset about it. I just look like, okay, we're not doing that. Well, I don't think that's right. I heard you, and we're still not doing it. Okay? And they're not used to that. And ladies, you have to want that. You have to want the man to be a man. But you have to accept that he's not right there yet. And encourage him to be there. Because I'll tell you what, he's never going to get there if you keep wearing his pants. Do you understand? Walking in his shoes. Oh, but things will go wrong. So what? I mean, really, what horrible thing is really going to happen if you let him mess up? Some inconvenience things, maybe. Well, really, is anything horrible going to happen? Are you no longer going to have indoor plumbing and electricity and air conditioning and all the other stuff that you have and cell phones and spoiled things that we are just because he made a few mistakes? Cheer him on, encourage him. You can do this. And guys, you need to get books, videos, and hang out with some men. all right? To learn how to do this.